Pretty basic mistakes in this game by Tampa.
On 2nd and 15, this one's picked. Back the other way for the touchdown. It's Janoris Jenkins, a pick 6.
Now a member of the Lions with what is the biggest defensive play for Detroit so far on that sack. And a pick and a 6. It's going to be a touchdown for Chandon Sullivan.
Already down a starter as Wilson retreats off the play fake, and that's going to be intercepted, tipped, and picked off, and the Patriots will take the early lead.
On the goal line, that's going to be a safety.
It's a fumble, maybe, Jim. I think he actually fumbled that.
He has the football. Wise has it. What point did he get the football?
Kalen Balaj is in. 5 in the secondary. 3rd and 6. Here goes Darnold out. Picked off on the play. He may take it all the way. That's Xavier Rhodes on the way for a touchdown. Darnold is 13 to 22. Good block by the right tackle. Intercepted on the play. T.J. Carey. He's got blockers, and he's got a touchdown.
He throws and picked. That is Desir. Down the sideline and in for the touchdown.
We approach 4 minutes to play in this opening quarter. 2nd and 9. Buccaneers driving again. Brady intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And Davis is going to go all the way. Pick 6. Touchdown.
From the 25-yard line. Mullins throws, and it's picked off. And all the way to the end zone. Touchdown.
New kids on the block.
It's pretty amazing. That's such a cool story. Here he is. Throwing it over. Oh, it's intercepted. Right to the hands of Edelman. And Matthew.
Burrow to this side of the field, and he has that completion made. And going the other way are the Ravens with the football. This is Patrick Queen for the touchdown.
But I think what you're finding on offense is they're trailing as much as the Giants are all season. Like 75% of the game, the Cowboys are
Intercepted. Bouncing off the hands, and Fackrell has it. Gets a block, and Fackrell trying to find his way home, and he does. Pressure, ball comes out, and is scooped up. Brown has it, and returns it for the touchdown.
Rivers steps up and throws. It's picked. Intercepted. And this is going to be a pick 6 for Harrison.
I think that'll calm him down. Take the hit. You feel okay? Step back up and do it again.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. He's intercepted. And there's an open field straight ahead for the run back and the touchdown.
Hurts lining up to the side. Oh, they go for the fake, and Miles Sanders may make them pay. Can Sanders keep it going? Cannot, and he fumbles the ball and scooped up by Arcega-Whiteside for the touchdown.
Washington has struggled all year on 3rd down. They've been good in this half. Allen under pressure, lost the football. Still loose on the deck, and it's scooped up by the Giants. Tay Crowder all the way for the lead. Touchdown, New York.
Since the first time he saw him, and just loves the way he plays the game.
Pass is picked. Intercepted. Back the other way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Up the middle they come. It's picked off on the play. It's Sorensen to the house. A pick 6. Daniel Sorensen.
Because Avery Jones put on IR earlier this week.
That punt's blocked. Jags block it, and they scoop it up and take it in. Daniel Thomas.
Just the reality is that the Bears don't have as much talent on the offensive side as some of the defenses they're going against. And tonight's a great example.
Woods, first man through, it's a fumble. A flag does come in. It's picked up by Eddie Jackson.
It's been a great third down defense the last 2 weeks. The Steelers, and they've got an interception and a run back all the way home. It's Spillane with the touchdown on the pick six.
Goff hit, ball comes loose. Dolphins have it. Across midfield, it's Van Ginkel. And he will take it all the way for a Dolphins score.
12th year out of Georgia. And he's picked off. Off to the races is Kenny Moore. And it's a pick six.
It's a lot more confident. Showing blitz. Here they come again. And look out, and down he goes. Ball is out again. And the Eagles, on what appears to be a live ball, McLeod is going to take it all the way to the end zone.
Out of Tennessee State. Winding down in this opening quarter. Cutting it to the outside. Taylor keeps the legs churning. And he lost the ball. Ravens have it. Down the sideline, Chuck Clark hurdles and still going. Clark goes all the way. Touchdown.
If nothing else, trying to get into position for Cairo Santos to come on and put him on the scoreboard. And they flip it out to Montgomery, who loses the ball. It's picked up by the Titans. And it's the newcomer, Desmond King, who's going to run it in for the touchdown.
There's a lot of people up there in the box. They're going to drop out. Everybody's not going to come after Murray.
Murray feeling the pressure. He's in trouble. Loses the football. It's scooped up by Shaq Lawson. Lawson off to the races, and he will score.
And then you combine the talent that they have.
This one's blocked. And return for the touchdown. Carey gets the touchdown after the block by E.J. Speed. Off the fake to Sanders. He's the release, but an off-target throw is intercepted by Sione Takitaki. Pick six to the house for the Browns.
Frank Gore in the backfield as the Jets take over at the 4-yard line. A second look confirms the fumble and intercepted and touchdown.
Had just 185 yards against Carolina. They put up 7. Oh, it's JJ who pulls it down and takes it home.
Pack. Here's a play made by the defense for the touchdown. Montez Sweat.
To the left side of Cousins. Cousins hit on third down, lost the football. Panthers have it and will score.
Tremendous football play, puts the Panthers in the lead.
On first down, it's Cook. Jeremy Chinn's uncle is the Hall of Fame safety, Steve Atwater.
I think he stripped that.
Here's Chinn again.
They didn't blow the whistle.
No whistle.
They didn't blow the whistle.
Booker remains. Fumbling pocket. It's intercepted and picked off on the play. This is Deion Jones. He'll take it all the way. Oh, what a change of events.
Goff to throw. Hit as he throws it. It's intercepted. It's another 49er takeaway. That's the rookie Kibble into the end zone. 49er touchdown. Ram defense going to have to take some chances here. Trailing by 11. Ball is out. Rams have it. It's a takeaway. And on his way to the end zone, Troy Hill. Touchdown Rams.
Worst third down team in the league. Now it's 3rd and 17. Another big rush from Gary. Trubisky lost the ball. It's scooped by Preston Smith, who takes it in for the Green Bay defensive touchdown. The unanimous MVP of the league a year ago. 3rd and 4. Griffin's throw is an interception. That was an easy one to take back for the touchdown, Joe Hayden. Good.
Put themselves one game below 500 and an opportunity to move deeper into the playoff chase if they can get the comeback in the second half, and it's not going to start that way. Joe Schobert, pick 6 for Jacksonville.
Loading from the gun. Tannehill, catch made, Brown, it's dislodged, but recovered. Michael.
The 58-yarder to get on the board by Michael Badgley. And that is blocked, and it's picked up on the play and grabbed by McCourty, and here comes Devin, who will take it in.
Intercepted. Troy Hill has a touchdown in back-to-back weeks. Touchdown Rams.
In the same ball game, that's an NFL record. On second down, Newton trying to set up a screen. He's picked. Back the other way, and down the sideline is Kenny Young. He makes a move and ends up in the end zone with a pick six.
And on second down, it's Williams up the middle, short of the first. The ball is out. It's scooped up by the Cowboys. On the run up the field, Aldon Smith motoring to the other end, and Aldon Smith will take it in for a Dallas touchdown.
The rookie from Arizona State, the leading receiver in the game. Blitz is picked up, and Mullins fumbles the football. Washington has it back. Chase Young, they're chasing him down the sideline. And Chase Young has a Washington touchdown.
They could maul you in the run game, then Rivers can dictate on 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5. Carr. Oh, a gift! It floats right into the hands of Willis. Touchdown!
49ers trying to work their way up from the bottom of the NFC West. Snap. Mullins throws, and it's intercepted. It's another Washington takeaway. Cameron Curl, he's going to go all the way. It's a touchdown for the Washington football team.
Long run he has of attempts without a sack. Now at 272. Maybe 273, but he threw a pick. Back the other way from Buffalo. Karen Johnson will score. Touchdown, Bills.
Drew Lock from the 25-yard line. Stepping up, lost the football. That's loose, and Jerry Hughes has it. Still on his feet, inside the 20. He might go. He gets the final block, and Jerry Hughes takes it home.
Punting to Steven Sims, second year from Kansas. Sims loses the ball. He gets knocked back to the end zone and jumped on by Carolina.
Brian Flores did, as I said, some of the tough decisions he made at the beginning of the year, switching to Tua, and then Sean McDermott. But
It's picked off. Grab right here, Josh Norman. It's a pick six.
2nd and 7. Little hesitation, but Strebler's on it. Watch out, he's picked. Picked by Hill. Troy Hill running down the sidelines, now cutting back middle. He's in a foot race. Inside the 20, and if he doesn't fall down, he's home for the touchdown.
He's got to be able to try to corral that a little bit and know that it is not a positive for the rest of the team.
Watch out here. Picked. Williams. Touchdown Rams.
And they start with a horrible snap all the way back to the 2-yard line, and the Browns bounce it into the end zone where they wind up with a touchdown. The backfield flanking Jackson. He stays in the block. Jackson fires, and that will be intercepted in the end zone by Johnson. Karen Johnson. And only Jackson can stop him now. Too late to the end zone. Touchdown.
I just felt like this was the perfect opportunity for me. You know, having Zim, having the resume that he has. Wow. The resume that Coach Zim had.
You know, I'm getting my work cut out for me, but yeah, it felt good to get back out there and get some live reps.
I know some guys have been banged up on the line. Okay. Oh, there's the touchdown.
Let's go! Let's go!
Joseph Jones. So if he moves himself up that chain and gets himself to the second position within a week, then again, he's only one snap away from being a starter. So
Spike to rush for. Hey, it's an interception and heading to the 20-yard line. Troy Dye, 10-5, touchdown.
Well, this is a good down for him on 2nd and 2 after the penalty. Tyler Johnson is in the game. Vaughn's the running back. Garden also at receiver. Down the middle, wide open. It's Tanner Hudson. Ball comes out. Oh, and the Titans have it on a bouncing takeaway. Boyan Body Calhoun taking it the other way for a Titan touchdown.
A season with such lofty expectations.
No, we just got to, or at least for me, I got to stay locked in on the playbook. Know what I'm doing out there. And
looks like that one
hopefully prevent that from happening, you know.
Broncos with 3 tight ends and a fullback. And they still don't get in. Javonte Williams bottled up at the line of scrimmage, kept fighting, and with second effort, they give him the touchdown.
Duke Blue Devil only looking to pick up 3 yards here. And it's going to be intercepted. And that is ruled to be a live football, racing this one back to the end zone, and that's a touchdown.
Michelle still in at quarterback. Great defensive stand. Uh-oh, that's picked off by the Vikings. And in for the touchdown.
Jets are down by 1. 1:15 to play. Morgan, rush coming, uncorks it. It's complete. Good second effort by Brown. And Brown loses the football. Philadelphia's got it. It is Jaquette down the sideline. Touchdown.
And trying to flip field position even if they have to punt on the next series.
Woodside pressured and picked off. There's Robertson again in for the touchdown.
Getting a chance to concentrate all on defense this week after the injury to Ben Burke-Herbert. They pretty much locked him in there. Here, 3rd and 7, hit the backfield. Cody Barton knocks the ball out, and Marquise Blair takes it into the end zone.
But he's facing a 3rd and 8 here. 4-man San Francisco rush. Golf pressure comes. He's intercepted. Picked off by Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw going to take it to the house. Waves goodbye for the touchdown.
And it is Matt Hawk on to kick it. Pressure. Hawk has it blocked. It's scooped up for the score. Touchdown. Ulysses Gilbert III. Big play for the Steelers.
Crowd trying to make it more difficult now. Burrow throws, intercepted. It is picked off, and on the run is Roquan Smith. Down the sideline. Smith gets a block all the way. The pick 6 for Roquan Smith.
So Hecker, who did not punt in the first half. Hecker will pick it up. Ball is loose, and it's recovered in the end zone by Ashton Doolin for a Colts touchdown. Murray.
And picked off. Vigil down the sideline. Still on the move. Touchdown Vikings. Woo! 37 yards. Blitz coming. Ryan sees it. Oh, it's intercepted. Picked off. Edwards has it all the way for the touchdown. On first down. Blitz coming. Ryan knocked way in the air. And that's going to be intercepted. And that's going to be returned for a touchdown by Edwards again. 2 interception touchdowns for Mike Edwards.
Showed blitz, but back off. Jackson fires, picked off at the 35-yard line by Ty Matthew. And the Honey Badger will take it all the way in for a touchdown. Tyrann Mathieu did not play last week. He was on the COVID list. We've used all 3 so far. We got Ricard in the backfield as well. Hand the ball off here. Good slip move there. Williams in there.
Got it up. And short. Agnew brings it out of the end zone. Agnew still running.
And down the sideline. And touchdown, Jacksonville.
They're down a running back right now in James White, so we'll see how they contend with that.
They'll fake it to start. Oh, disastrous play to begin the half, and Malcolm Jenkins is going to cruise home for a pick six.
Carlos Hyde pitches it back. They throw it.
Oh, it's intercepted. Murphy, touchdown, Arizona.
Including a Ryan Fitzpatrick highlight toss to the sideline. Carr gets rid of it. Intercepted. Landon Roberts is going to go all the way. Touchdown, Miami. 2nd and 6, just inside the 5. Dak from his own end zone, lost the football. Comes out, the Eagles have it, and it's a touchdown for Philadelphia. Hurts the throw, it's picked off. It's Trayvon Diggs down the sideline. Nobody's going to catch him. House call. Trayvon Diggs, pick 6. Touchdown, Dallas.
Simon, the veteran linebacker, earlier this week, and he's going to get some run today. They dump it off to Dan Arnold, who fumbled the football. I don't know if he ever had the ball received or not. Kevin Byard is roaming inside the 10-yard line.
But I think we also have to give credit to Jerry Jones and Will McClay. Hello, here's a pick. There's 6.
32 for 167. 3rd and 5, and that pass is intercepted. Micah Hyde's going to take it to the end zone.
Oh, the punt gets blocked, and it will be taken into the end zone for a touchdown.
Defense has to make a stand. 2nd and 15. Quick throw, and it's intercepted. He's got another one, and he's got a field ahead of him. Diggs is going to take it to the end zone. Unbelievable.
Broadcaster, our former colleague at Fox, who passed away at the age of 68. Ball comes loose, and it will be taken in for a touchdown back in Detroit.
Had that stint with the Titans early in the season, starting to get warmed up. Wentz faking the handoff, boy, under pressure. Barely gets it out, and it's intercepted. Disaster for Indianapolis.
Knew what he was doing. 3rd down and 9. Herbert. Intercepted. Picked off. Phillips running down the sideline, and he's in. Touchdown, New England.
Line of scrimmage here on 2nd and 10. They bring it. It's picked up, giving Brady time, and he's intercepted. P.J. Williams still going all the way. He's in. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Ryan is the running back. Fake it to him. Burrow has a target in sight, and it's stolen. It's stolen by Denzel Ward, who cuts back at the 40, and he may be going the distance. A full 100 yards to glory.
After the block at the right tackle to the near side. Oh, it's picked off. He is gone. Kiss McKinney goodbye. Pick 6 for the Giants.
You see Darnold's numbers there. Darnold with the key. Rolling, throwing it, overthrown, and it's intercepted. Picked off, and look out. This is Justin Bethel. Can they catch him from behind? They will not. Touchdown.
4-man rush. And that's going to be picked off at the 24 by Byard for the touchdown.
Little pressure that time on O'Donnell. McLeod from his 20. And just shy of the 30, that ball comes out. That's Houston Carson into the end zone.
Again, nobody in the middle. They go there, and it's broken up. It's called a catch and fumble, and returned by Howard. In and out of the hands of Sammy Watkins, and Howard is in for the touchdown.
Jacksonville goes 3. Oh, it's blocked. Punt is blocked. Scooped up by the Colts. And it's
backup linebackers and getting him the ball in space.
And a block! It's loose! And the Cowboys are going to get this one maybe in the end zone. They got it! Melvin Gordon. Straight ahead.
Oh, the ball's out.
Coming out of there with the football is Darius Slay. Slay on the move to the outside. Blockers in front of him. Slay all by himself down the field.
Quick throw is struggled, and it's intercepted. It's Jimmy Ward again. Ward stays on his feet. End zone. Touchdown.
He's going to come back and play. They've got a date at Seattle coming up, and this is a pick by Kyle Van Noy. Throw it right to him, and Van Noy is in for the touchdown. Simeon stepping up. Past the sticks, dangerous throw. Intercepted. Darius Slay. Big play. Slay has done it again.
Who do you throw to? All right, back to Hilliard inside the 5. He lost the football. Berkshire falls on it. Touchdown.
Blocked. The Dolphins special teams. Can they get a touchdown out of it? The shove forward. Touchdown Dolphins. On a blocked punt.
Roethlisberger with the time. That's intercepted. Here goes a terrific Hilton pick, and that is 6.
They try and get some. Middle of the field is wide open. Herbert.
Tip and picked off. Surtain up the sideline. Can he get there? Surtain to the end zone for the touchdown. Stafford fires, he's picked. Intercepted by Rasul Douglas for the touchdown. Flag on the play. Another interception. And this is Watkins to the end zone.
Elect not to use the timeout. Yes, picked off. Touchdown. Whoa.
Bodies for the Bengals. Extra offensive lineman, Carmen.
Mixon coughs it up, and it's scooped up. Nobody is going to catch him. Tavon Campbell all the way. Touchdown.
And they keep the drive alive. Bridgewater under pressure. Headed as he throws. It's intercepted by Daniel Sorensen. And Bridgewater can't knock him down. And Sorensen's going to go all the way for a touchdown.
Pushing the ball downfield. They had no offensive rhythm to start the game last week against Washington. Here's Jacobs trying to loop to the outside. Slam down. Kansas City's got the ball. Touchdown.
Empty backfield. Pressure. Heineke is decked. Down he goes. The ball is loose. It's picked up by Dallas and Armstrong. He's got a convoy. He's going to walk in for the touchdown.
Panthers must get to the 30 for a first down. Newton's pass is picked off. It's coming back the other way. It's Michael Walker in for an Atlanta touchdown.
I'm laughing because those are two imposing.
Oh, there's Mayfield. That's loose. It's free. Myles Garrett picks it up, takes it in. Touchdown.
That's the process of a 4-minute offense.
On the fake. Prescott pumps, throws, intercepted. Holcomb's got it with a pass to the end zone. Holcomb still on his feet and he's in. Oh my goodness.
Fields. From the pocket to the outside. Look out. Picked off for Rasul Douglas. And Douglas will take it all the way for a touchdown.
That really was some throw by Jones. And the punt is blocked. It's free. Only Colts are there. It's recovered for the touchdown by E.J. Speed. How valuable he could be. Tua throwing the sideline and is picked to the end zone. Touchdown, Brandon Eccles.
Can they go RPO? Lawrence keeps it himself. Will duck in. Football is loose. It's in the end zone. Who's got it? Touchdown. Jacksonville on the recovery. Lawrence fumbled it just before the end zone, and it's Will Richardson Jr. making the spot start at right guard today for Ben Bartch.
18-inch vertical, he put it to work. Lennon's pass picked off, and it's Alex Singleton who takes it all the way back into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Speaking of defensive scores, I love that even more.
It's their championship today. Up by 11, 1:59 to go. Herbert looking for Cook. Intercepted. Thomas on the return. Down the sideline. Good night.
Empty backfield, four-man rush. And that is intercepted. It's the Marcus Lawrence. Down the sideline, he goes. And look at that. Into the end zone.
You kind of get the point.
Tressway averaging 51 and has that one blocked. And that's another touchdown for Dallas. This time it's Golston. Corey Clement came in and blocked it. And Golston winds up as the 19th Cowboy to score a touchdown this season.
Here they come. Book able to get rid of it. It's picked off. Intercepted. Nick Needham into the end zone for the pick six. Touchdown Miami. Andrew Van Ginkel got a piece to deflect it, and that's how it starts for young Ian Book.
Stafford throws an interception. Chuck Clark takes it back for the score.
This possession. Gordon could not have been and lost the ball. Gordon fumbles, and it's picked up. Nick Bolton, the former Missouri Tiger, with a game-changing play. A scoop and score. Keenum in trouble. Lost the football. That might be a fumble. Bengals recover, and it will be taken in.
Blitz coming, the throw, and it's intercepted! And that's going to be a Washington football team touchdown!
They've thrown it on fourth downs. Once again, Dalton to throw it.
And intercepted! Pepe! Peterson running! Breaks it back! Patrick Peterson! I got my interception this year! Touchdown, Minnesota!
Seahawks game.
Under pressure, lost the football, scooped up the other way by Zach Allen, and the Cardinals.
Jones from the gun, 3rd and 2, it's picked, intercepted, Howard, and he's in for the pick six. We've seen some crazy finishes here in this stadium between these two teams. Myers, little pitch play back. And it's taken for the Miami touchdown.
Pleaded his case to no avail. Williams is now the back. He drops it. Again. And again. Second time. And it's picked up by T.J. Watt with the play alive. Into the end zone he goes. Hardman was in Wildcat.
Rams pressure is picked up. Kyler! Did he get rid of it? It's intercepted. It's David Long into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that's 5 sacks for this defense in each of the last 3 games, and it's blocked. Up into the air and spinning inside the 10. Picked up and a touchdown.
Love the microphones. Basic means he's going to run down across the middle of the field. Oh, Kyler, intercepted. That's Darius Leonard of the Colts. Cuts it back and dancing into the end zone. And the AFC on the board first with a defensive touchdown.
So
Yeah, he was only 3 days off of playing a game, and Micah Parsons, he had a lot of rest.
Final 10 seconds of this first Pro Bowl quarter. Mahomes, little sidearm, and he's intercepted. That's Antoine Winfield of the Buccaneers. Little head fake, fake the pitch, and now cuts it back for the touchdown. And the first quarter will come to an end on a pick six. With the always fun 4th and 15 after your own touchdown. From the 25, Cousins batted up in the air and going the other way. TJ Watt knocked it away, and Myles Garrett to the house.
Burns and fires, and this one is taken away from Tim Jones. And Beckner's the only one that can save the pick six. And they're not going to do it. Martin Emerson Jr. stepped and took the ball away from Tim Jones and took it all the way back for a touchdown.
2nd and 4 for Nick Foles. Pressure coming. Foles is hit, and he lost the football. Scooped up by the Bills. Terrell Bernard down the sideline. Touchdown!
Obviously, you don't want to put the ball in harm's way and give them the chance to have the ball back again like that.
And that's out. Let's see the ruling here. That's a fumble on the field is the way it's ruled, going the other way. Sam McLavon is in for a Dolphin touchdown. Just what you were saying not to do.
And then there comes that internal stunt, and you're stepping basically right up into a defender that is expecting you to be there. That's why when you marry those defensive stunts together, it's really hard on the quarterback.
Cade Johnson signaling for the fair catch, and he muffed it. After the fair catch, he muffed it. And the Bears are on it in the end zone for a touchdown.
Still has that pencil over the right ear. Design roll left. And Zappe, a dangerous throw. Down the right sideline. Zappe can't make the stop. Goodbye on a pick six for Ty Hayes.
A little greedy right there.
50 yards. On the interception return for a touchdown.
Carolina having some fun down the end zone right there.
And about 50 players pouring out of the field for the Panthers.
Plays continuing. He's trying to spin out of it.
And this is going to be a safety.
There you go.
DeMarcus Mitchell and the Patriots chalk up a pair.
And there's been a lot of really good things, but not enough consistency to be able to sustain drives against a tough defense that's doing a good job of challenging. And
yeah,
what kind of
we
day
talked
could be.
about it. It's moving the football, but just a couple things where you just can hurt yourself. Drop a snap, you have a pressure on a play you shouldn't.
And Roger Carter has it.
Come on.
And he totally redeems himself.
And the whole world is sunny again. Let's go.
All right, I got to go so that we go for two. Love you guys.
Love you.
3rd down and 8. Batson in motion. Might have wanted it there, Dan. And he's going to be taken down, and the football comes out. It's picked off. Bradley Anae picks it up and into the end zone.
Can you continue drives offensively, and defensively, can you force punts without extended drives?
Shannon. Intercepted. Going the other way is Campbell to the 10. Wrapped up at the 5. Still moving. And he's in. Touchdown. The pick six.
And Hackett said this is actually the 3rd kicker that he's coached that has gotten injured without playing in pregame warmups.
Pressure coming up the middle. That ball nearly came out. It does. And it's picked up by the Broncos into the end zone for the touchdown. Baron Browning able to sack it, knock it free, and pick it up. McTelvin, Ajeem also able to help out. Defensive score for Denver.
Yeah, the numbers from the tight end group last year, they were amongst the worst in the NFL. 31st in the league in catches and receiving yards amongst tight ends for the Jets. 3rd and 3. Flacco intercepted. He tossed it right to Calitro down the sideline for the touchdown.
Week 1 victory for Pittsburgh surprised everybody walking
into Orchard Park and getting the win. Burrow fires, intercepted, picked off at a pick six. Micah Fitzpatrick is an absolute ball hawk.
On 2nd and 10. On the blitz. Loose ball. Inside the 5. To the end zone. Touchdown Dolphins.
Under pressure. Goff hit as he throws. It was deflected by Kaiser White. And James Bradbury has his first Philadelphia pick. And it's a pick six.
Nobody's there to slow him down, picks up that momentum. Big guy to bring down.
Again, quick tempo, and picked off at the 1-yard line. That is Watson out in front. Snead to protect him as well. All the way for the touchdown. Unreal.
He knows that short slant is Michael Thomas's route.
Winston again, just firing now, and it's picked off again. Mike Edwards has it. Edwards looking for the end zone. One man to beat, and Edwards is going to go for the touchdown. 67 yards.
Another chip shot try. From 20, and it's blocked. That's a live ball into the hands of Mike Jackson. And he gets past Wisnowski. Tariq Woolen comes up huge. The rookie with the block. And Mike Jackson with his first NFL touchdown. And that has turned the game around, perhaps.
And now they're going to need some quick scores. Look for him.
And Riley Dixon's punt is blocked. The punt is blocked. And a scoop and score. Lorenzo Carter off the block of Troy Anderson. How's that for a quick score?
I mean, that's about as quick as it gets. Either that or a punt return.
2nd and 10. Quick pass outside, and that is complete. That is Moreau, and Moreau fighting for yardage. The ball is loose again. Picked up by the Cardinals. This is Byron Murphy to the end zone for the touchdown and the win.
Tannehill empties the backfield on 2nd and 13. Has some pressure, throws, it's intercepted. Matt Milano, pick six, Buffalo.
When it comes to that, it's all you.
Here we go. Trubisky throwing. It's the old Stanford band play. Back at the 4-yard line. Into the end zone it goes, and the Browns are going to recover there. Denzel Ward. That's going to be a touchdown. There's no extra point, but that may be meaningful to some of you. And you know who I mean. 29-17, the Browns win it.
Ready? What is that? Here's Kamara from the 45. Ball's on the ground. Panthers pick it up. And they're going the distance. Marquise Haynes. Touchdown, Carolina.
There's a flag on the play. Let's see what it is.
Flag down at the 40-yard line.
And a touchdown out of empty. Eagles playing with pace. Hurts faking the handoff, the pass. Bat into the air, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Cisco. Cisco still going inside the 20. Cisco is going to score. Pick six for Jacksonville.
Thank you, Jen, and the Pete Carroll conversation. It was finished and physical. The defense has been physical as Goff has been sharp, but this is intercepted by Tariq Woolen, and he's going to take it back inside for a Seahawk touchdown. Wow.
Cardinals must get to the 37 for a first down. Murray throws, picked off by Luvu. Frankie Luvu down the sideline. He's in for a Panthers touchdown.
Gordon is now in. 1st and 10, Melvin Gordon. Oh, he fumbled again! He fumbled again! Robertson's got it! And he's got an entourage by midfield. Got a block by Hobbs. And there he goes! He's got 6! On the fumble by Gordon. His 4th of the season. Raiders have jumped on top.
Get up, snap it around 22. If you get the first down, take a timeout.
Here it is at 22. Rodgers. He's picked! And this is going to the house. Jack Jones with the pick 6.
Well, we talked earlier. Jack Jones with the fumble. 4th-round pick. I really liked him watching it. And we said earlier he's got an instinct for it.
Another 100 yards against the 49ers again for Cooper Kupp. This one is juggled, picked. There goes Hufanga. Hufanga, touchdown, San Francisco. Pick 6.
Must get to the 23 for a first down. Goff under pressure, lost the football. Patriots recover. It's in the hands of Kyle Duggar, and he will take it all the way for a New England defensive touchdown.
Just needs to have more guys he can spread the ball to as they try to find their rhythm here early in the season.
3rd and 1. Fake. Pressure comes. Stafford is buried. Ball is out. It's picked up by Dallas. Rumbling for the end zone is Lawrence. He's going to get there for the touchdown. There's a penalty flag back in the secondary. So let's hang on.
Shotgun for Mayfield. Pump, hooks a pass, and he tosses it to the other team, Mosley. Down the sideline, Mosley cuts it inside. All the way. Touchdown, San Francisco.
It's a 3rd down and 1 with Samuel in motion. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be close for Jeff Wilson. Ball came out. Oh, it's picked up by Terrell. And it is touchdown. A scoop and score. A.J. Terrell. And it was poked out by Troy Anderson.
Another block punt. This time the Jets have it with a chance to run in the end zone, and they're going to score. Will Parks runs it in.
Stafford to the air, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Jackson, his first of the year, and a pick 6 for 26.
That's the 4th sack of this game for the Cardinals. In trouble. Dixon. He's going to be nailed. And a fumble recovery by Chris Banjo, and that's going to be a Cardinal touchdown.
Dalton underneath, and is tipped, and interception. And all the way inside the 10 to the end zone goes Marco Wilson. Marquez Callaway could not hold on. Third and 10. Dalton steps up. Picked off at the 40-yard line. Isaiah Simmons. Simmons down the sideline. Simmons inbounds. Simmons all the way.
Empty set for Heineke on 3rd down. 4-man rush. Heineke hit as he throws. It is ripped away by Devondre Campbell. And he's got plenty of green grass in front of him. Devondre Campbell, pick 6, Green Bay.
Not the start I think anybody anticipated for Taylor Heineke. He's always brought a lot of energy to the game.
Play number 9 on this drive. 2nd and 13. Quick pass is intercepted.
just picking up 5 or 6 yards, per play here. They've got to be able to get it down the field.
Mills throwing, intercepted. Picked off in the middle of the field by Duron Harmon. Harmon up the sideline. Harmon is going to take it all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Second and total difference. That can win you games, literally win you games.
Walker on first down, it's picked off. What a play! Lorenzo Carter takes it in for a Falcons touchdown.
Four-man rush. Fields stepping up. Sidearm sling. He's got a connection. There goes Montgomery, who lost the football, and the Cowboys have it. It's Parsons on top of it. Micah Parsons on the move, and Micah Parsons is in.
Cedric Wilson is back for Miami, battling wind. Oh, it's blocked! It was blocked on the play. Phillips got it, picked up Van Ginkel, got it for the touchdown. Andrew Van Ginkel on the block punt by Phillips.
I think it's really hard to evaluate and give the guy a fair shot.
And only 7 first downs today. Pass over the middle, picked off. Tipped and picked off by Jonathan Jones to the end zone for the touchdown.
And Tennessee's starting to hit that stride.
Smith. Oh, it's picked! What a play by Zaven Collins! And this game is flipped. Arizona with a defensive touchdown. Their 5th of the year to lead the league.
Just crushed their defense the last drive.
2nd and 18. Fields in some trouble trying to get it to come out. It's intercepted. Okuda with the pick, and little one picks big one and takes it for a touchdown. Zero breathing room. He tries to sneak it. The ball is loose. Impossible. Do the Vikings have it? Scrambled for the ball. It is a touchdown on their last breath. It's Eric Kendricks. A fumbled snap and a touchdown for the Vikings.
Their perfect season should be the last play. Hurts underneath, and now the laterals. And instead, it's going to be picked up for a touchdown on that lateral by Casey Toohill. And the Commanders have won this game. And Taylor Heineke can celebrate a big road win here in Week 10.
Slides up to the top portion of your screen. And in that direction, it's intercepted. He was throwing for Cooks, but Kendall Fuller has a takeaway, and that's a Commanders touchdown.
As a team that should be in the mix for a playoff spot.
Okonkwo, the motion man, fake it to Henry, and now throw it to Henry. Henry getting to the outside. Look out! Derrick Henry! The king is on his way! Loses the football and scooped up in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! Just like they drew it up. Traylon Burks.
Chubb and company pinning their ears back. Allen pocket squeezes, able to get it out. That's the tight end, Jordan Akins. He's lit up. Football is loose. Miami with the recovery. Howard in for the touchdown.
Hubbard, that's Sam Darnold keeping to the goal line. And it looked like the ball might have come out. He got it back. Watching to see if he maintained possession.
Yeah, run a little zone read right there. And Josie Jewell, you're right, he comes in and swipes that ball away from Sam Darnold.
Jewell second on the Broncos in tackles. Yeah, he may have tried to create something there. Let's see if they're going to call this. Yep, you're allowed to advance your own fumble. They're going to take a closer look.
On 2nd and 10, Allen just trying to get him some breathing room. Football squirted out. It's picked up. Cleveland into the end zone. Denzel Ward. And the call on the field is a touchdown. Will be on the shelf in that one. And Browns fans hoping to get a little help. That pass deflected in the air. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Fields. And he is in for the pick 6. It was Chase Winovich with the deflection.
Not only on how to get the ball to him, but how having him on the field opens things up for the other players on the offense.
They barely get the snap off before the play clock expires. That popped up into the air, picked off by the Chargers. Coming back with the football is Bryce Callahan to the end zone for the touchdown. And there's a penalty marker down.
It was a beautiful break on the football. The question is, did he make contact or not? But a beautiful job of reading the eyes of Derek Carr.
There's no foul for defensive pass interference. The result of the play is a touchdown.
One of his best games as a 49er. Down 9 with 2 to go. Tagovailoa hit as he throws. Ball is out. Ball is live. And it is a touchdown for Dre Greenlaw. We will see. No doubt this is going to get looked at.
These guys use their platforms for many causes, so many of them personal, and they reach so many through it. Such a credit to them through their pain. Wiley Cox fumbled the football. It's recovered by Dallas. And is that Malik Hooker again? It is! Against his old team again! Touchdown, Dallas!
Motion man Hinton. Fake it. Wilson. Intercepted. Picked off by Willie Gay. And Gay is going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Of course. Tough. Right, with pads on. Exactly. Yes. Well, here he is again, the run up the middle. And he fights for the first down, but he lost the ball. Gilman kicked it out. It's still free. Tyreek's got to look out. Tyreek Hill might go. Tyreek Hill was right on the spot, and he's gone for a touchdown. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Tyreek. The ball finds him.
What is going on around here? I've never seen a first half like that.
Offensive player advance for a touchdown.
I believe that Billy Sims did a karate kick there. He's like Billy Clinton, and it's the way he goes, karate kick or something. Oh no!
Fumble. Oh, touchdown. Scoop and score.
Scoop and score. Look at that.
He should have done the karate kick right there and kicked that defender instead of letting him knock it out and fumble.
Yeah, Stephon Gilmore said there's no real mentality of that. They know that there are days. Oh, we've got a block here. Here comes Indianapolis on the special teams. They're going to take it in. JoJo Doman with the recovery and the scoop and score on the block. And the Colts with the quick blitz on the Vikes here in Minneapolis. Cousins. A dart intercepted, and it's going to be taken in for a touchdown. Julian Blackmon filling in for the injured Kenny Moore, and what an impact for the man out of Utah.
3rd and 4, blitz coming. Prescott throws backwards and intercepted. Jenkins has another one. Racing down the sidelines. RedZone Jenkins is going to win it.
And you see those first half possessions, 2 punts, 2 touchdowns, and a field goal. That's a good first half.
Quick screen, picked off, touchdown, Kyle Duggar. Mac Hollins out on defense. He's all the way back. And Stevenson
is anyone going to
outside the 30, flips it back. Stanford band nowhere in sight. It's picked off. Oh no! Unbelievable! Oh wow! Incredible! Chandler Jones takes it in and wins the game for the Raiders. Have you ever seen an ending
I
like
have
that
never
one?
seen anything like that. I have no idea why he was doing that. Oh my goodness.
From the 10, second and 18. Thibodeau got there, got the ball out, scooped it and scored. Touchdown Giants, Kayvon Thibodeau. What a play around the edge. Got to Heineke's arm. He gets the grand slam, he gets the sack, the forced fumble, the fumble recovery, and the touchdown.
Mills, good protection, rolling right, nobody open. Mills cuts it up at the 5, lost the football, free in the end zone, and Rex Burkhead has it. Touchdown, Texans.
38th play in New England territory. Burrow off his back foot. It's intercepted. Down the sideline, Marcus Jones has got speed. Still going all the way. Touchdown, Patriots.
Open the field up a little bit. This Dallas passing game gets even better.
On the fake, Prescott, little roll out, and it's intercepted by Sweat. Josh Sweat breaks a tackle. Sweat is gonna score.
I would want to give Squidward one day where his clarinet music is going. Oh! Look what's happening! Kobe Durant! Look at this! He's just taking it to the house! Spider! Dashing through the snow for 6 more!
How amazing was that, Patrick?
He's so happy!
Well, we get into it. 2nd and 8. Mills, and that one flutters. It's a loose ball. Still loose. Tyson Campbell, touchdown! Batu Kasi had the quarterback pressure, and Tyson Campbell with the scoop and score for his first NFL touchdown.
6 defensive backs. Collins playing up front. It's Foles to the air. Intercepted by the aforementioned Collins. You can kiss him goodbye. Touchdown. Pick 6.
Bridgewater guns it, intercepted, picked up by Kyle Duggar, works the sideline, stutter step move from Duggar, and he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. They have done it again. 39-yard return. 7th defensive touchdown of the season.
Eagles have all 3 timeouts. 2nd down and 8. Quick throw is picked off. Marshawn Lattimore read it, and a pick 6 in his first game back. It's the first interception of the season by a Saints corner, and it might be a backbreaker against the Eagles.
Dobbs is hit from behind. The ball's out. They're calling this a fumble at the moment, and the return by Allen for the touchdown. Jenkins hit Dobbs, and for now, it's a touchdown.
Ehlinger from the gun as they play down 3 points. Ehlinger, boy, trying to somehow escape. That pass is picked off, intercepted. Jonathan Grenard in for the pick six.
Wow. Drake. Anthony Brown. Look out! Hendrickson.
Ball's loose.
It is. Reader got it. Vacuums it in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Hendrickson coughed it up with a big hit. Reader gobbles it in.
Hubbard won't get it. Darnold does. The ball came out. Now was he over the goal line?
He had already crossed the plane. It doesn't matter after that.
It looks like a touchdown for Carolina.
60 seconds left in the quarter. Mills slinging it, and it's picked off. Intercepted. Rodney McLeod extends. Touchdown.
He takes that all the way untouched.
Four-man rush. Prescott. That one might be a pick six. It will be. Touchdown, Washington. Do you believe that?
Put them right around Hundley. He reaches. Oh, that ball's out. That's live. Back the other way. Sam Hubbard. The Cincinnati Kid. Hubbard's got a convoy. Chased by Andrews. At the 30. The 20. He will score.
Hurts on a quarterback draw. Nowhere to go. The ball is loose. Sitting on the turf. It's picked up by Bolton. No one in front of him. He's going to score.
Third down and 6 for Green Bay. Clifford throws, intercepted. That's a pick six. Tyson Anderson. He needs a big preseason. That'll open a lot of eyes. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
You know, many of the penalties tonight have stopped some potential drives. Thompson here, high pass, and that's tipped and intercepted. And going the other way is Borders. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons.
Oh, this one went downhill really fast.
Not a good sight when a 6'8", 320 guy is coming running at you as that pass is deflected and picked off down the sideline for a pick six. Darius Rush with the interception return for a touchdown.
But he'd love to be a backup, if not the Ravens, somewhere in the league. Brown throws decisively, but it's picked off on the far sideline, and it's going in for 6.
He seems to process a little faster.
Yeah,
Is that true?
I think so. I mean, he's best once the ball is actually snapped.
Oh,
Great job, Jake Hummel at the hook player, taking it to the grid, baby!
It's a new year, baby.
How about that hook drop? My man Hummel, captain tonight. Oh, man, is that exciting.
And now here he is in his second year with the Rams. We take over on the 32. Bennett floats one. Picked off. Down the sideline. It's Isaiah Polamau with a touchdown. And a flag on the goal line.
Not a flag.
I think he's a Detroit Lion this year. I think you're right. They've had some injuries in their secondary, so it could be a door open simply because of the circumstances.
And he picks it off. Gilmore with the interception, and he scores. Oh, yeah, he's not leaving Detroit. Stephen Gilmore with a pick six.
Michelle wants to throw on third and short.
And that is picked off. Juan Thornhill, the former Chief, takes it for 6. Touchdown, Browns. Browns will only rush 3. Gabbert will throw, and that is picked off. And the Browns will take it for the touchdown. Cameron Mitchell. Caleb Biggers was there for the interception and the touchdown.
And DeVito out of the shotgun. DeVito with a nice ball fake, and that pass intercepted. And a chance to take it home is Brandon Echols for the diving pick 6.
Bob, and I'll tell you, when they sit in their meeting room, that Jet meeting room, they're going to credit the right side of their defense for being disciplined.
On Tuesday. So this is 3rd and 6. Mahomes throws the cross. It is intercepted on the deflection. Brian Branch, the rookie, ties the game with his first NFL touchdown.
Played well on defense today. They'll bring 4 on this 3rd down. Howell under pressure, that ball's out, and it could be a score, and it is! Touchdown from the Arizona defense, Cam Thomas.
1st down and 20. Oh! Lawrence hit as he got rid of the football.
This is still a live ball. The refs have not signaled anything.
And it is taken all the way back into the end zone by DeForest Buckner.
A lot of empty formation, trying to tire out the D-line.
Pass intercepted, deflected, and picked off. And running with it is Slay, and he breaks the tackle and gallops to the end zone for the pick 6.
3rd and long, 4-man rush. Field stands in, delivers, intercepted. Quay Walker's got it. Looking for blocks. Walker still on his feet. Walker still going, looking for the end zone. Quay Walker is in. Touchdown.
Field turf surfaces. Graham Gano, the veteran, 36 years old. Great breakthrough by Thomas, who blocked it. And Igbenogany has it for Dallas. Noah Igbenogany stays in bounds, and the Cowboys special teams gets the first score of the year. 3rd and 19. Jones gets it out. Barkley got hit, fumbled right in the air, and it flies into the hands for a touchdown of DeRon Bland.
Next man up.
Pressure coming again. Goff hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. There is Trey Brown, open to the end zone, and he's going to score. Out of his own end zone, intercepted by Shaq Barrett. Fighting at the goal line for a pick 6 that just might seal the deal for Tampa.
Chubb splits out to the top of the screen. Quick throw and picked off. The deflection and intercepted by Highsmith. Touchdown. What a start for the Steelers. 180. Neal showing blitz. Here he comes. Pressure ball out. Picked up. What? Touchdown Steelers.
Bills fans on their feet, making noise on this 3rd down. Howell. And it's intercepted. What a play. Epinesa is going to go. First career interception for A.J. Epinesa, and it's a pick 6 for the big guy.
The shot play's coming.
Robinson motions across. Ritter's looking back to the right side and throws an interception. He threw it right into the hands of Darius Williams, who's going to take it all the way to the end zone. A crushing pick 6 just when the Falcons had the offense going.
Hawkinson to the wide side of the field. Cousins throws, picked off, and it could be trouble up the far sideline. Sam Franklin from the 1-yard line. Cousins trying to track him down. He'll cut it back, get a block, and he'll go 99 yards for the score. 2nd and goal. Robinson. Left side, got bumped back, lowered the shoulder, lost the ball. Who's got it?
Play clock dwindling down. He'll get it off.
Young being tracked down. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by Wanham. DJ Wanham rumbling inside the 20. He'll go all the way to the house.
1st and 10. Play fake. Pressure's coming. Fields lost the football. Cooper scoops it up. Off to the races. And he will score.
They're looking to put a lot better product on the field here today at home.
Jones, pressure coming. He's in trouble. Fowler coming. Ball is loose. Vanderez picks it up. Touchdown, Dallas.
Bill Belichick's staple in these middle 4 minutes around halftime.
2nd down, a lot of time. Jones just can't find it. Comes back across the field. This time he pays the price. Deron Bland, pick 6.
This one's picked. Back the other way, Witherspoon. Devin Witherspoon cuts back. What a night for the rookie. You think they love him in Seattle? How about 6 points? Touchdown Witherspoon, no flags.
3rd and 6. And they need the 30-yard line. Jones up, hit by Granderson, intercepted on the ricochet. That's Matthew for 6. It's a pick 6.
And now he's lined up on Tyreek Hill. Did a pretty good job against DK Metcalf. I know he gave up 1 touchdown.
On 3rd and goal to the end zone, picked off. Oh, the deflection. Giants with their 2nd takeaway. It's Pinnock. Jason Pinnock, 102 yards for the Giants' first touchdown in the first half.
Kenny people are too good for that. Dean's too good for that. He's undefeated.
2nd down, a throw.
Oh, intercepted. Picked off by Cam Taylor-Britt. And Cam Taylor-Britt takes it to the house.
Broncos need about 20 yards to make it a 60-yard attempt. Wilson lost the football. Rolling towards the sideline. Picked up by the Jets. It's Hall. And he goes.
Pressure coming here. And the ball is out. It's still free. And the Vikings pick it up. Down the sideline. Goes Jordan Hicks. And Hicks is in for the scoop and score for the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes, he did.
In that Denver game when they came in late in that game.
White here. Chosen is in. That's picked off. And this may be a Troy Hill pick 6, and it is. Hill takes it to the house.
Carr, 3rd and 10, steps up, fires, batted, picked. Oluokun comes up with the interception off the deflection, and Oluokun will take the ball close to the goal line. They are celebrating as if he is in there, and the official says he is. For the moment, touchdown. Another batted ball.
Minshew from his end zone. Here comes Garrett. Football's loose. Who's got it? Cleveland. It's still loose. No signal yet. Touchdown. Tony Fields.
Can't wait too much longer. Those quick outs to the sidelines won't suffice.
Hoyer's long pass of the day is 15 yards, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. Johnson untouched for the touchdown.
Get back to that play momentarily. First Hurts taking and throwing back. Deflected, intercepted into the hands of Jerome Baker for a touchdown.
Cowboys bring pressure. Stafford sees it, fires one, intercepted. It's another pick 6. Deron Bland has his 3rd of the year.
Goff started to his left and he's picked. Intercepted by Marcus Peters. Able to stay in bounds. He's gone. I see no flags. Touchdown Raiders.
Tua out to Hill, and that goes nowhere. Ball's loose. It is loose and picked up and lateraled.
touchdown! Kansas City!
That's Thielen on the move. It's a 1st and 10 and Young. Underneath, it's picked off. And here comes the veteran Kenny Moore. Chased by Young. That is a pick 6. Touchdown on the interception by Kenny Moore.
They play back and they play in zone and they try and keep you from having the big plays.
2nd and 8, fake to Sanders. They come through. It's intercepted again. And again, it's picked off by Moore. A foot race. It'll be his 2nd pick 6. His 2nd pick 6 today. 64-yard return.
3 wide receivers set on 2nd down. Pass deflected, picked off, and taken in for a touchdown by Kyle Hamilton. Browns with touchdowns on their last 2 possessions. Deflected, picked off, and taken back by Newsome. Newsome stayed in bounds. Touchdown. Wow!
Here's Bryce Young. He's got time here, and he throws, and it's intercepted. It's Deron Bland again. Bland looking for another pick 6, and he's got it. It's his 4th of the year.
I mean, we've seen all these pick 6s all year, and you just...
From the Giants' 48. Howell under pressure, and then he will throw. Picked off. Isaiah Simmons with the interception down the sideline. Simmons into the end zone. Touchdown Giants on their 6th takeaway of this game. He returns it 54 yards.
He's at or near the top of their list.
Blitz coming. Goff can't find anyone. Steps away. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Packers brought the heat that time, and maybe not. Ball's going to be returned just in case by Jonathan Owens. Ruling on the field, it's a fumble, and it's a touchdown.
Recovered by the defense.
2nd and 10.
There it is! This is history! If Bland can take it the distance, this will be the record! Bland, for the 5th time, has a pick 6! It's never happened in the history of the NFL!
And what a call by you! You got me with goosebumps, Nance! That was unbelievable!
Seahawks need a big defensive play now.
Purdy, pocket constrained, it's a deflection, it's an interception, it's a big play, it's a Jordan Brooks touchdown.
That'll do.
That Hill, bottom of the screen, wide right. Tua looks, throws, picked off at the 27-yard line. Eccles, touchdown. Boy, this place has had nothing to cheer about. And we'll see what Boyle, how far he can throw it, if indeed he throws it, or they try a lateral or whatever here. Meanwhile, he just tries to get away from everybody, throws it into the end zone, into a lot of traffic, and there's a pick on the other side. And coming back from the end zone is Holland, and Holland is out to midfield, and Holland is inside the 40, and Holland is inside the 20. Can you believe this? That is insanity.
Falcons coming after Carr. Picked up. Picked off! Jesse Bates! He's got a shot! Bates to midfield, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. No question. Pick 6. No flags.
Rookie is lined up wide. The rookie out of Kentucky, their 3rd running back. Oh, he threw it right to Van Ginkel. Goodbye! Another defensive touchdown for the Dolphins. Back-to-back weeks.
Stonehouse punting for the 5th time today. And that one's blocked. The Colts got it. Scooped up by Stewart. Touchdown! The Colts with a special teams score.
We're young so far today.
Yeah, they need to get back to the outside.
This play is blocked, and it will be taken in for a touchdown. DeMarco Jackson scoops it up and scores.
With Browning and a lot of that stuff, and now he gets another no-huddle shot right here.
And that pass is intercepted off the deflection. The Colts are going to get a pick 6, Ronnie Harrison. "36-yard interception return for a touchdown."
The 45, Prescott in trouble. Cox lost the football. Jalen Carter, the rookie, has picked it up, and Carter will score. Game on. The veteran Fletcher Cox with a game-changing play.
Levis from the end zone, 4-man rush, ball throws right into traffic, and it's intercepted. Zach Sealer with a pick 6.
A good idea based on the coverage that he saw where he wanted to go with the ball and got it out quickly.
No huddle here. Stick. Looking. Look out from behind. And the ball is out. It's going to be ruled. It's alive and going to the end zone right now for what is ruled a touchdown is John Jenkins. So 2nd down and 13. Oh, baby. Unbelievable. Jack Jones. They do it again. I mean, there are bad dreams, and there are crazy bad dreams. And for the Chargers, it's been that kind of a night.
Now the second receiver to Case Keenum's right.
Keenum looking for a big
Play, it's picked off. Intercepted. Elijah Molden. And it's going to be a pick 6.
Flacco on 1st down, over the middle, and it's intercepted. Off the deflection, it's Tremaine Edmonds. Edmonds on the move. Flacco trying to make the stop. He can't do it, and Edmonds is in with a pick 6.
Let's see if one of these linebackers wants to stay with Kyler Murray to discourage him from running.
Murray, step, deliver. It's intercepted. San Francisco gets the pick. It's Ward, high kicking it all the way. Touchdown, 49ers.
You know, they had cut him and then brought him back, and I asked him in our meeting, well, how you doing now? And he goes, I'm in a better spot right now, but it's amazing playing a little bit, making a few plays, what that can do for your confidence.
Mims took the ball out, dropped it, picked it up, and then dropped it again. And the Patriots recover for the touchdown.
Look at this. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by the Raiders. But they have a touchdown with Nichols.
Little chip shot kick.
Mahomes throws, and he's picked off. And this one's going back for a touchdown. 2 steps, 2 defensive touchdowns, and it's Jack Jones who had a pick 6 last week.
2nd down and 20. That is picked off! Adoree Jackson changing this game. Hurts in pursuit. Will not get him. It's a pick 6. Adoree Jackson.
Play action. Fires. Picked off at the 30-yard line. Ronnie Hickman. All the way. Touchdown. The Ohio State rookie with the pick and the score.
You'd think the Jets would be in trouble offensively against this Browns defense, but maybe a low-scoring game. Browns offense continue to shine.
Off play action, a little flip there, and then it's picked off. That's Jermaine Johnson is going to take it all the way to the end zone. So in dire need of something great to happen, the Jets get just that.
One-on-one Wilson, miscommunication and a pick for Sidney Brown. And Sidney Brown's got room. Cuts it back inside the 40. Now he's upfield. He goes all the way for the Eagles touchdown. 98 yards.
He is playing today because of injury. And Levis is hammered. The ball's out. Titans, Sheldon Rankins will get a Texan touchdown. Jerry Hughes knocked it loose from the Titans quarterback, and Rankins ran it in.
Nickel secondary, 3rd and 11. They need the 45. Zappi blitzes on. Intercepted. Picked off by Douglas. Breaking tackles. Got a block. Finds a gap. He is gone.
You just want to play sound and with good technique.
On 3rd and goal, football comes loose. Kansas City has it with Edwards, and he's off and running. Edwards has a blocker, and he's going to take the rock all the way back for a Kansas City touchdown. 97 yards.
Flacco. Pressure comes, gets rid of it. It's picked off. Steven Nelson takes it away, and he's looking to go the other way. Nelson has a convoy down the sideline. Touchdown. They run it. Flacco dials it up. Picked off again. Christian Harris is going to go. Back-to-back pick sixes. Houston, you have no problem with this defense.
Only has 1 catch on 4 targets. 2nd and 2 here, though. Here's Prescott over the middle. It's going to be picked off, and no one in front of him. Darnell Savage. Touchdown.
Bouchel back to the air, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Micah Baskerville, and he may go to the house. Bouchel can't take him down. A touchdown for Chicago.
I want to show that I am back. What do you need to see from yourself over the course of the preseason to be ready for that week 1 against Houston?
Man, whenever I do get my opportunity, snap. But whenever I get my opportunity, I just got to take advantage of it, and just be able to manage the offense the best way.
Obviously no Saquon Barkley anymore in New York, so he'll get a lot of carries. Jones in some trouble in the end zone, and it's intercepted, and a touchdown! Jalen Petrie for 6, and the Texans grab the lead.
2nd and 16 to start the 4th. Bad throw, intercepted by the Cowboys. Racing back the other way, Keemon Hole, and it's a Dallas pick 6.
Good clean pocket, but it's picked off. Jordan Battle, right there. Touchdown.
Blitz is coming. Oladokin hit on the throw, and it's picked off. Bears going the other way. And they're going to take it for the touchdown. Reedy Stewart gets the 6. Touchdown Bears.
Leary, thrown away. What a great play. That's a loose ball. And being chased by Mosby and picked up on the play for a touchdown. Touchdown Johnson. Anthony Johnson with a big time hit by Aaron Mosby.
Pressure comes. Lance feels it. Oh, what a play! Tremont Morris Brash is going to go! Touchdown Chargers!
First down and 10. Tune intercepted. Picked off by Lavelle Bailey. A cutback. Being chased from behind, and Bailey is going to go! Stonehouse with pressure. A block. It's scooped up by the Bears. Back the other way. Jonathan Owens. Touchdown, Chicago.
They've been able to pick it up quickly, and it's been really, really tough for the Giants offensively.
Bunch formation to the right. Oh, wow! Kinkle, touchdown! Wow! Andrew Van Ginkel with the interception, and he takes it to the end zone.
We're just talking about him, Kenny. That's amazing.
On third down and 6. Here they come. Gordon's coming. Levis gets wrapped up. Flakes it ahead. It's picked off. Tyreek Stevenson will give the Bears the lead on another defensive play.
Tua, pressure, look out. Forced to throw it, and it's going to be picked off along the sideline. Ingram, untouched. So Tua under pressure, trying to throw it away, not far enough. And another run back for a score.
And let Marvin Harrison Jr. make it right.
Will Hernandez. Whoa, there's a fumble into the end zone. It is grabbed by McBride. And he's in. Let's see where that fumble was picked up. It's going to be ruled a touchdown.
More heat and a sack. And the ball's out. And it's Connor running with it. Shamari Connor to the end zone and still waiting for a signal from the officials.
Chris Jones with the pressure, possibly creating a touchdown.
A rough start the first couple of weeks for Levis as he goes to the air. It's intercepted. Jair Alexander high stepping for 6.
And we have that. Bradley Pinion from his 43-yard line. Rashid Shaheed calls for the fair catch. Lost the football. Now the Falcons pounce on it in the end zone. Touchdown for Darrell Hodge.
Wow.
That might have something to do with the speed.
Just a little bit.
Second down and 9. Pump fake. It is deflected and picked off by Anderson. And he will take it all the way. Judon with the initial play, and then it fell into the arms of Troy Anderson.
His offense 2 out of 3 on third down so far. Looks like maybe facing pressure. 49ers back out of it. Brissett given time over the middle. He gets picked off by Warner. Fred Warner climbs the ladder to get it, and now he sprints down the sideline inside the 10. He won't be denied. Touchdown, San Francisco. Get a tackle in the backfield for the Browns.
Third down and 1. They do get a good push. Ball is out. Fumbled and scooped up by Cleveland. And into the end zone goes Rodney McLeod.
Henry alone back, second and goal. Give it to him again on that right side. Ball comes out, fallen on by Rosengarten, but he couldn't squeeze it. Let's see who's got it at the bottom of the pile. It's a touchdown or a touchback. Lamar Jackson says touchdown.
so sure it's not Patrick Ricard. This may be the ultimate payback.
Quick throw. Intercepted. Van Ginkel. Down the sideline. Touchdown. Another pick six for Andrew Van Ginkel.
Watch the shot.
Instead, they're going to keep it on the ground here. This is Bigsby. Bigsby taking on tacklers. Bigsby still going, and he bangs it in. Touchdown.
Fourth and goal. Gray up. Does he get there with the second effort? The ball has come out. No whistle on the field. Rayshawn Jenkins the other way. No one has blown this dead yet. Jenkins is going to go the distance, and now they have to sort it all out.
Wow. What a massive turn of events should this one hold for the Seattle Seahawks.
Play action. Minshew looking. Throws intercepted by Surtain. Pat Surtain on the run. Nobody's going to catch him. Surtain going all the way for a Denver touchdown.
Well, 30 yards out. This one from a little farther at 45.
And it is blocked. Sitting out there. Returned. No one in front. Lenore. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Oh!
3rd and 12. Coming after him, Young. Just heaves it. Somehow is caught for the touchdown on the pick six. What a bizarre play that is. That's McCullough.
This to tie the game at 23, and it's blocked. Isaiah Simmons, and picked up by Bryce Ford Wheaton, and he is going to go. The Giants sideline erupts. Unbelievable.
All three of those guys now missing action. A lot of moving parts. That's a challenge.
2nd and 15. Another completion, but it was dropped by Chris Olave. It's picked up by Antoine Winfield back the other way. They let this play go all the way through, and Winfield takes it to the house.
From 57, it's blocked. Blocked by Myles Garrett. Wow. And it's taken back all the way by the former Eagle, Rodney McLeod. What a turn of events.
These linebackers, outside linebackers.
2nd and 10, look out. And is that going to be a fumble, which is taken by Barton in the air? There's no whistle yet. And Barton, what a night this guy's having. Jaquan McMillan is the guy who hits Rattler as the ball is being released, and for the moment, ruled a touchdown.
He said, I'd be exhausted.
I'd be exhausted, yeah.
3rd down and 9. Cousins looking, hit. Ball comes loose. Seahawks recover. And it's taken all the way back into the end zone by Hall. Maffei with the initial hit. Hall scooped it up.
He can just do so many different things for this defense.
This time Montgomery, Bynum grabbed him, that ball is out, picked up by Pace, down the sideline, there is a flag, he's in, Minnesota leads, pending the penalty.
Nickel package here for Dan Quinn's squad, 3rd and 9 for Carolina. Dalton on the move, he tried to throw it to his own man, he threw it to the other team, intercepted by Fowler, and he's gonna go! Touchdown, Commanders! Bring in the boom early. Madison a block. Oh, he's whacked right there. That's a loose ball. Picked up Curl. That is a touchdown.
1st and 10. And it's intercepted! Jack Jones with the pick six for Las Vegas!
One timeout.
Let's
Got to get something down the field.
Love, it's picked up. Now rolling out for the first time, and he throws an interception. It's picked off all the way down, and scoring for the Lions. It's Joseph. Maybe the first time we've seen the injury for Jordan Love, and Kirby Joseph has a pick six.
Barkley on 1st down. And he lost the football late. Scooped up by Trayvon Walker. Walker still going. Trayvon Walker at the 20. Walker at the 10. 5. Touchdown. Unbelievable. No flags. No whistle. And the Jags are right back in it.
1st and goal from the 6. Smith can't find anyone. Backpedaling. Throws picked off. Intercepted in the end zone and brought back out. Geno Smith picked off by Kitchens. Cameron Kitchens takes it all the way back. Now there is a flag around the 40-yard line. Kitchens, the rookie out of your alma mater, returns at 103 yards.
Play action. Darnold thrown down. Ball out as well. As Grover Stewart took him down. There's a flag down as Kenny Moore is taking it in for a touchdown. So we got a lot to sort. The flag, was it a fumble? Was the ball live as they let it play out? It was Stewart, who's terrific inside, who caused all the fuss.
There's no foul on the play. Kneeling on the field, it's touchdown.
All right, so now we'll look at part B. And was the ball clearly out?
Jonathan Taylor standing next to Flacco on 1st down and 10. Flacco to the air, and he's picked off. Taron Johnson. Johnson on the return. Johnson at the 10. Johnson at the 5. Takes it in. A pick six.
Second and 6. Rush. Ball knocked out of his hand and ends up in the arms of Guyton. He gets it knocked out by Petrie, and the return for the touchdown by Derek Barnett.
And again, Petrie's out with that shoulder injury sustained in the first half. Levis has it intercepted! Jimmy Ward! He could go the whole way. He's got Levis to beat. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. The game has flipped.
25 of 35, 290 yards and 4 touchdowns. Well, the football was loose. It's picked up. Gonzalez on the scoop, and now it's a foot race. Gonzalez in for the touchdown.
Oh, Murray keeps it. Murray being chased by Witherspoon. Floats for Wilson. Off target to Kobe Bryant. And there goes Kobe Bryant. With a house call for Seattle. And a Marshawn Lynch homage.
And he obviously leaves, so the Giants will take over. Up 7-6 in this second. Where's Locke? Blitz is picked up. And now it's ball in the air. Overshown! Backs to himself, and he scores! Oh, what a play by DeMarvion Overshown for the touchdown.
Calvin Austin is back on the field. 3rd down and 3. Wilson intercepted. It's picked off by Taylor Britt. Working the sideline. Taylor Britt could go and does. Touchdown, Bengals.
Seahawks load the line and bring pressure. Rodgers has it picked off by Leonard Williams. Just the second interception of the Big Cat's career. And is he going to take it to the house? His old house. He sure is. A pick six. And he flips the game on a huge play.
from the 40, 4th and 5. Cousins. And intercepted. This could go all the way. It's gone. Still, you can kiss him goodbye. Touchdown. 62-yard return. And a pick six thrown by Kirk Cousins.
3rd and 8. Yosivas, motion man. Burrow knocked away. Steelers have done it again. Scooped up by Wilson, and he takes it in for the touchdown.
For Jameis Winston, and when they traded Amari Cooper, he became the #1 receiver. Winston is picked, intercepted. Bonito, goodbye. No flags. Touchdown, Denver. But Elijah Moore, it looked like secured it as he was headed out of bounds. Here's a pick, intercepted. And that should end the night. McMillan, the other way. Touchdown, Broncos.
Rasher in his block. Look at this. It's sitting on the ground. Can the Rams pick it up? They do. And they're going to score. It's Hunter Long for 6.
This will go to the air on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's intercepted. Geno Stone on the run, looking for a block. Stone into the end zone. Bengal touchdown.
On 2nd down and 3, they hand it off to Dortch. Dortch to his left, trying to get to the edge. And he's inside the 5, down to the 1. He fumbled the ball. And it goes out of the back of the end zone. Jonah Williams fell on top of it.
That ball is out.
Yes.
That is going to be a touchback.
Now the officials are conferring.
This is a huge call, and the call on the field matters a great deal when we find out what it is.
Well, the key is
the field is that the ball was fumbled prior to the runner reaching the end zone. It was recovered in the end zone by an offensive player, resulting in a touchdown.
Wow.
Can hit some quick hitters or use the run game or quarterback run game.
They set up Mitchell. It's going to be a double pass. And that one is intercepted. Oh. It's Bonito. Unbelievable.
Play fake. Wilson, pressure. Has to get rid of it, and that's picked off the other way. Marlon Humphrey, pick 6.
Lock intercepted. Picked off by Jesse Bates. And Bates will take it all the way for a Falcons touchdown. 2nd down and 7. And Locke looking. Ball deflected and intercepted. Taken back by Matthew Judon. The 2nd pick 6 today for Atlanta.
And despite Buffalo kind of dominating this half, it's a 3-point game. New England's still in it.
Popped up in the air, and Rousseau nearly had a pick.
Get it. That's a lateral. That's a lateral.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
3rd and 3. Blitz coming. Picked up. Rush gets intercepted. Breaking in front of that is C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And a house call. Pick 6 to open the day. 70 yards, no flags.
And Hacker has it blocked. Tampa Bay's got it. Scoop and score. J.J. Russell. Buccaneers doing it from all angles.
Many things to address in the offseason. We'll talk about some of them for Cleveland. Zappia looks to throw, and he threw a pick. Threw it right into the hands of Nate Wiggins, and the rookie walks in for an early pick 6.
Needs 3,600 or 36 yards to get to 1,100 yards, which will put another incentive in for him. Oliver fumbled the football. It's picked up by Barnett, who's having a day. He's rumbling inside the 10, pulling guys inside the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans.
Herbert, pump, throw, intercepted. Eric Murray, pick 6, touchdown, Texans.
Team high 5 tackles for Quentin. Darnold, ball's out. Picked up by Verse. Off to the races. And gone for the touchdown. Witherspoon knocked it out. And Verse took care of the rest.
Second and long. Goff, some pressure again, lets it fly high. It's intercepted, picked off by Quan Morton. Morton with some blocks inside the 20, still going. Morton, pick 6. Third and 16. Mahomes rolling out, looking, firing, intercepted, picked off by Cooper DeJean. Gets a block. DeJean is in. Touchdown.
Who's going to step up and make the big play, make the big catch? That's what you want to see in the preseason.
Anaconda is the back, 3rd and 7. Well, it's time, the ball knocked away. Loose, recovered in the end zone. The Jets have got it. It's a touchdown. It's an offensive touchdown.
4th down and 12. Boyle throws, and it's intercepted. That's 3 takeaways, and this is going all the way back inside the 5. Roman Peroni just did miss a touchdown. He thinks he got it. They didn't rule him in to the end zone. They're discussing it.
Rolling on the field, player broke the play in the goal line with the possession of the ball. Touchdown.
There you go.
Chucked. Quick to the outside. It's picked. What a jump on it. Eric Rodgers turned it the other way. Got a block. He's gone. Pick 6. The rookie. 44 yards. What can Rodgers do for you?
Empty backfield here. Nathan Carter near side. Pump fake by Stick. And that one is picked. And it could be a pick 6. It is. Taking it to the house. Kendall Brooks, 53 yards.
Let's see if this Eagles group, they're counting on a bunch of these guys to play a lot of snaps for them this year. Let's see some of them step up and make some plays out here.
Gabriel has been very good so far. And this one is picked off and going back the other way. Now it's a foot race. And that is that. Welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles, Andrew Makuba. A pick 6 the other way on the first play of the second quarter. How about that? After playing early in the first half, a little bit of a juggle right there. Ooh. And wow, that is a gift of an interception. And it may be going back all the way. KJ Henry into the end zone for a touchdown.
3rd and 8 from the 30. Donovan Ezraku ISO rep. And it's picked. Going the other way. To the house. Andrew Booth. Isaiah, he baited him. I think sometimes trying to stick with continuity and trusting if you think you have the right guys, give them a chance to build it back up. And I don't know. I think it's going to work.
And there's a pick. TJ Moore, rookie out of Mercer. Oh, mercy. Touchdown.
Oh, man. Anytime you get to step on the grass, it's a blessing. Oh, no! Anytime you get to step on the field, it's a blessing, man. You can't take it for granted. But just continue to find things to improve on, right? Just because you clip one milestone doesn't mean that's the end of it.
Second down and 5. Ritter lost his footing, but able to regain. Throws an interception. Carried back by Daniel Scott. Inside the 10. Scott will scoot into the end zone for an Indianapolis touchdown.
For Harbaugh teams at the line of scrimmage and being able to get people blocked.
Second down and 5. Uyunglele going through the progression and throws it right to Curtis Robinson. Robinson all the way back for a 49ers touchdown.
I am so happy for Curtis Robinson.
Play clock is at 1. They just got it away on 3rd and long. Watch out! Picked off. There's Wright down the sideline. Gets a block. And now a touchdown. The former Viking. Pick 6.
This is what you bring in a guy like Aaron Rodgers for, to stabilize the team and the offense and go win some of these fourth quarter tight ball games.
Oh, bad bounce goes through the hands of Caleb Johnson. He may have touched that ball. That would be a live ball. Let's see what the ruling is here. It is a touchdown! It's a touchdown! Oh, Seattle gets the score! 3 straight times on the defensive end. Flacco drops back to pass. Pockets collapsing. He's sacked and he lost the football. It's picked up by Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith could go the whole way. He is going to go the whole way. Touchdown, Ravens.
Some really good work scrambling with his legs on these 3rd downs when he sees pressure.
Young has those 2 young wide receivers, McMillan, but they give chase. Football is loose. What's the call here? Is that a live football? Touchdown! Zaven Collins picks it up and is in for the early 6.
They bring Ridley in motion. Then Ward looking to throw, has time, throws it out of the backfield. It's intercepted. Kenny Moore is going to go to the house. A pick 6 right out of the gates.
Play before you get a first down. Play action pass, sneak in draws and stuff on 2nd down.
It's a 2nd and 9. And Browning scanning, throwing, picked off. Intercepted by Isaiah Rodgers, and he's racing down the sideline, and he will not be caught going the distance. 1st and 10, 2 minutes to go. First half. It's been dominated by Minnesota, but Bengals can make things interesting. Plus, they get the 3rd quarter kick. It's Fant. Lost the football. It's Rodgers again, off and running. Oh, my goodness. He runs it back for a 2nd touchdown today.
They're not able to communicate across the board which guys are blitzing. Need about 15 yards to get into field goal range for Nick Folk.
Pass picked off. Taylor picked off. It's Jamel Dean who takes it all the way back for a Bucs touchdown. Dean returns it 55 yards.
Beat him, man. Love it.
Penix with time is intercepted.
That's completely on Penix. 100%.
Shaw Smith-Wade takes it in.
Joshua Carty has it blocked again. This time Jordan Davis, the big man, looks for the icing on one big cake. Eagles hang on.
McLaughlin has been perfect today.
It's blocked. Field goal attempt is blocked. Scooped up and will be taken all the way for a Jets touchdown. Will McDonald returns it into the end zone, and we are tied at 26. Unbelievable.
Oh, get pressure, they blocked it. Sidney Brown's got it. He's going to return it for a touchdown. Cam Latu got the block. Brown for 6.
Dart in the shotgun. Scattaboo. And the ball came out. No whistle. Howden going the other way. Howden's going to go the distance, and we'll have to see if this one stands.
Clock running inside of 5 minutes. Ward goes through his progressions. Everyone covered, slings it back. It's deflected and picked. Taylor Demerson, and then the football came out. Who recovers? Tennessee for the touchdown in a crazy sequence. Tyler Lockett, the recovery, unreal.
On second down, picked off. Lloyd again. Devin Lloyd. What a year. Still rolling. Down the sideline. One man to beat. Lloyd. Pick 6.
Motion Addison. Blitz coming. Wentz hit as he throws. Picked off. Intercepted. There goes Jalix Hunt. House call Philadelphia. His first NFL pick leads to his first touchdown.
Both of these two teams, both at 1-5. As Miami begins with possession, down 11 from their 30. That one is picked. Campbell, and he will waltz in for the pick 6 on the first play of the second half.
I was on Broadway. I didn't get to check those out.
They weren't flashing the scores down there. Ward lost the football. Scooped up by Chason, and it's a touchdown. There is a flag down, but Caleb Chason in the end zone with the football. That's been a big problem for Cam Ward. Let's hear what the call is.
Holding. Offense. Number 17. That penalty declined. Result of the flag.
Caleb Chason with the touchdown.
Play clock at 1. They get it off. Blitz is coming. Mariota in trouble. Being ripped away. Stays alive. Throws it in the front. And picked off. Guess who? Deron Bland. One man to beat. Pick 6.
They have just got to find a way to get off the field.
It's been hard for this pass rush to get at Darnold. This time he's got plenty of time, runs out of it, loses the ball. It's a scramble, and it's recovered in the end zone. Touchdown, Texans on the takeaway. It's Will Anderson. My goodness, that might have just turned this game on a dime.
What I like is now the Saints offense relying on their guys, right? Alvin Kamara, get him the ball more.
Second down and 1.
Oh, wow!
It's picked off and taken into the end zone for a touchdown by Anthony Nelson.
But there's a flag.
There is a flag out at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, 6'6", great size, great arm strength, and it's intercepted. This could be a pick 6 for Cody Barton. It is. 20-yard interception return for a touchdown. It was intended for Keenan Allen, and the Titans have taken the lead.
O'Donnell has it blocked. Into the end zone in a race. And a touchdown. Sam Williams blocked it. Nealon the touchdown.
Knight remains the back. Jacoby Brissett. Oh, there was the blitz. He was hit. The ball is free. Picked up by Lawrence. Will he take it in? Yes, sir. To the house. Touchdown.
See everybody protecting the perimeter out here.
Lawrence. He's sacked, and it's over. Will Anderson Jr. gets there. The ball pops in the air, and Rankins takes it the distance. What a way to end it. The Texans come from behind.
With a wrist injury, new middle linebacker today as well. With Ernest Jones out, 3rd down 11. Here comes Knight, knocked away again. Loose. Here comes Lawrence. Holy smokes! Another touchdown! Deflected passes as any in the NFL. 3rd and 9. Sample the block. It's intercepted. It's picked off by Duggar. He's got room to roam. There's a block on the play by Herbig. You can't kiss him goodbye. Touchdown. Pick 6. (27-12) with 3.5 to go. He'll go outside, and it's caught here by Fant, and quickly on him. Eccles, the ball jarred free, picked up Pierre. He'll take it in. It is a touchdown. A second turnover touchdown by the defense.
What don't you see? A loss of 9. Mitchell dropped it, picked off. Devin Bush on the return. Bush still going. Touchdown. A pick 6 for the Cleveland defense.
Here's Williams in the pocket. Williams trying to get out of the pocket. He won't. Loses the ball, and the Steelers jump on top of it. It's a touchdown, and it's T.J. Watt.
Ben Brown still at the left guard. 2nd down 4, and that is picked off on the play. Grabbed by Geno Stone. Blockers ahead, including Knight. He is in and a pick 6. 33-yard return. Super Bowl MVP with Baltimore. Brooks was the back. Flacco will go underneath. Oh, it's picked off. That's a pick 6. Kiss him goodbye. Marcus Jones. Our second pick 6 in this one. Going each way. And New England has captured the lead.
Well, they got 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. They end up rushing 5. Lawrence lit up. Football is loose. And the Cardinals with Walter Nolan in for the touchdown.
Robinson's back in. Here comes an extra body. Robinson picks up the pressure, and that ball is out of the hands of Kyle Pitts, and it's the veteran Justin Reed with the move and the touchdown. His first in 7 years, and the Saints are right back in it.
Mayfield fires. Did he hang on? Durant took it away. Durant's on the run. Down the sideline. Kobe Durant looking to cut inside. Touchdown. Otten bobbled it. Durant stole it. Great hustle by the Rams to throw a finishing block. LA leads 13-0.
Four-man rush. Stafford into a tight window to Nakua. Picked off by Mike Jackson. And Jackson gets the block to take it home.
He rolls. He's pressured. He's in trouble. Heaves it up. Oh, no. Ernest Jones. House call. He will take it all the way. A game-changing play from Ernest Jones. 84 yards and no flags.
The numbers for the rushing in that first half he's talking about. 9 carries, 33 yards. Rodgers surrounded by Bosa. And the ball comes out. And Binford has it. And the Bills have a scoop and scored to start the second half. And Rodgers is hurt.
From the 33.
Oh my goodness! Look out here! Christian Benford gift wrapped the other way! Touchdown! What just happened? 67 yards!
Marks back in with two tight ends. Ball snapped directly to Woody Marks into the end zone. What a sweet play for a touchdown, Texans.
Burrow is not shy to throw it to anybody who is in one-on-one situation.
Burrow again kind of stumbles, and he's intercepted. Picked off by Van Noy. Then the handoff, it's Gilman. And Gilman is going to score as the Ravens look for the knockout punch. 95 yards.
A lot of love lost there, losing to those Super Bowls.
Down for Burns, knocks the ball free, and the Giants are going to score on defense. Tyler Newman takes it in for a touchdown following the sack of the forced fumble by Burns.
Some of him, but a lot of the offensive line.
3rd down and 1. Gino is intercepted. It's Derek Stingley on the return. Stingley with a touchdown. The Texans defense strikes again.
Quick throw. Picked off the other way, D. Winters. And he is gone. This is a pick 6. And this game's going to belong to San Francisco.
Penalty makes it 1st down and 20. Ward in trouble. Chase Young ripped it away. Young on the return. Young at the 10, 5, touchdown. What a play by Chase Young. He just stole it from Cam Ward and went the other way for 6.
Season high 48 points Monday night against Indianapolis. Purdy's in the air right away. They jumped around. It's picked off. The Bears have it. T.J. Edwards inside the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown Chicago on the opening play.
Has been locking down the right tackle spot for a number of years, but McClendon has been awfully good.
Throw is picked off. Intercepted by Bates. It was high for Mumfield. Bates. Pick 6. Gonzalez will try from 37. Blocked. And that was big Jared Verse. He's gone. He waved to the Falcons bench on his way for the touchdown. Rams are back in it, to say the least.
They sure are. That's exactly what they needed.
They know Burrow will be back and some changes they'll make in the offseason.
1st and goal from the 7. Burrow, quick release, has it deflected. It's intercepted. And the Browns may have a chance for a pick 6. Bush, he's got a one man to beat. He's looking for Myles Garrett for some help. He got some help. And Devin Bush will score. There is a flag, however, at the 40-yard line. 97-yard return. First down off the play fake. Burrow dumps it off to his left. He's got his receiver. The ball's loose again. It's picked up by the Browns. Sam Webb is going to take it in. And it's going to be another celebration penalty. But Noah Fant could not hold on.
Well, they're going to throw it. Allen will float it. It's picked off. Intercepted by Antonio Johnson. And Antonio Johnson with a house call. First big play for the defense of Jacksonville. First NFL touchdown for Johnson.
5 seconds left. Snap it to Leonard. He's going to toss it underneath. to Downs. He's going to chuck it behind him to Pittman. Throw it to Leonard, trying to keep it alive, and the Texans have it, trying to run with it for the score.
He didn't get it earlier. Togiai got his touchdown after all.
Togiai!
Wow! C.J. Stroud didn't give him the ball. He had to go get it himself.
A humongous human touchdown to end the regular season for Houston.
It's a 3rd and 5. And Lance from the pocket gets picked off the deflection, and here we go with the run back inside the 20. McMillan is in for the touchdown.
Third down and 12. Rodgers, time runs out. Ball is out. It's picked up by the Texans and Sheldon Rankins, and he is in for a touchdown.
A lot of networks knocking on his door, that's for sure. And if he wants to continue to coach, if he's let go, there'll be a lot of suitors knocking on his door for that as well.
Here's an interception for good measure. It's picked off by Bullock. And Rodgers is in his way, trying to make the tackle, can't. And it's a touchdown, Texans. In trouble. That ball is up for grabs. Picked off. Back the other way, Jones. He is in for the touchdown.
They did get a substitution in there.
And they bring a pressure as well. And may get it knocked out.